Hello, I am Ralph Kubek of eWorkplace Apps. In this recording, I will provide some insight into process manufacturing in general and the process manufacturing suite for Acumatica powered by eWorkplace Apps. We review the key differences between process and discrete manufacturing and the features a software solution should contain to meet the needs of a process manufacturer, and we will end by taking a quick look at the process manufacturing suite for Acumatica. Other recordings will provide more details and insight. First, I would like to define process manufacturing in terms of the value fit of the process manufacturing suite for Acumatica. The focus is process manufacturers where formulation is the key. They create formulas, recipes, that are used to directly or combine to make a product. In many cases, these products are sold in different units, pack sizes. Being able to control these formulas in one place and link them to the products that they are used in provides a key element of control and efficiency. In many cases, formulas are based upon a percent of the weight or volume of the item, though in some cases discrete units of measure are used. Many of these operations work with both weight and volume units of measure, and some use total weight and volume of the products produced as key performance indicators. For many, yield is key, and they monitor, plan losses at the line level by ingredient, as well as at the batch order level, and in some cases there is a constant loss as pipes are flushed or the product sticks to the mixing equipment. Having an integrated quality system to document standard operating procedures are followed, have someone clean the machine before production starts, as well as ensure that the product meets its specification not only when it's finished, but while it's in process. You do not want to bottle orange juice until QC has ensured the juice meets its specification. Traceability and the ability for the system to meet industry standards for recall, both forward and backward, are key. Most important in many cases is the need to control not only the ingredients, raw materials that are used, but the physical and chemical makeup of the product, as many process manufacturers have strict labeling requirements and or reporting requirements regarding the makeup of their products. There are other differences that will be covered in other recordings. What industries are generally considered process manufacturing based upon the above criteria? Generally speaking, they relate to food and beverage, chemicals, paint and coatings, pharmaceuticals, supplements, nutraceuticals, personal care products, cosmetics, as well in some cases hemp and CBD. Now let's take a look at the solution within the context of the above requirements. Let's start with laboratory. The end result of the lab module can be seen on the physical property analysis screen. This screen shows the user the raw materials and the resulting makeup of the item from a chemical physical aspect. In this case, what are the calories, fat content, etc. The user could also see which materials affect which chemical properties. Lastly, using the feature of this module, I will change the fat content I am targeting, and the system will update the formula to accommodate the change. In this case, it changes the amount of light beans I need. Now, let us look at traceability. I will move to the Quality Control menu and select the Lot Traceability Report. I will select a finished good and a lot number. The system tells me who bought the product, as well as when it was made, and the raw materials that were used, as well as who supplied them and when. You can run this report either forward to see where raw material was used, or backward to see the details of how an item was made and when. Now let's look at a formula and see how the solution addresses integrated quality, how it supports weight and volume units of measure, how formulas could be based upon weight, volume, or discrete units of measure, how it handles losses at the line, order level, or those constant losses, and lastly, how we link a formula to different finished goods. Let's look at a formula. You could see the formula starts with the process steps. How are we going to make it? The first part of quality is to embed at each operation step tests that might be done. In this case, we're indicating that we need to do a moisture test to ensure the item meets its quality standards. Keeping on the subject of quality, within the formula you can embed the detailed operating instructions needed by the operator. Along with the instructions, you can create a checklist. These are the tasks that the user needs to perform, and the system will require the user to document electronically before the process can continue. Regarding the ability to support both liquid and solid units of measure, let us drill into a raw material. Here we see what has been defined as the weight and volumes of units of measure at the system level, and with an item's density, the user can define the conversion for weight to volumes of units of measure for that item. Back on the formula screen, we could see that a formula can be created using a percent of the weight, percent of the volume, or discrete unit of measure. Next, we see a percent for overage. Could also be loss percentage. Here is where you can denote losses that are expected at the item level. An ingredient might be evaporating during the process, or a powder might dissipate into the air. Lastly, in terms of planning for losses, we move to the total page, where we can denote the production loss. We expect a 10% loss. There could also be a constant loss. Let's say we are filling bottles, and because we have to flush the lines, for every batch we're going to lose 10 gallons, regardless of the amount that we fill. As we noted earlier, key is controlling the formula in place, regardless of where it's used. Here, we can see all the items, products in which the formula is used. Hope this recording provided insight into the needs of a process manufacturer and an overview of the process manufacturing suite for Acumatica powered by eWorkplace apps. As noted, there are a number of other recordings regarding specific areas of process manufacturing. These are sites where you could obtain additional insight. And finally, thank you for time. Be safe and well.